Hello, episode 65, TEW 2016, Challenge Run, SmackDown, 205 Live, SummerSlam Go Home. This is not going to be a very long episode, I don't think, because it is taken up a lot by the gauntlet of the IC title contenders. And yeah, let's jump straight into it without any further ado. We just get a hype segment at the start of the show, hyping up the 6 men that will compete for the IC title at SummerSlam. Ricochet, Cesaro, Sheamus, Mike Kanellis, Robert Roode, and Buddy Murphy. And just hyping up the first two participants in the gauntlet, which will be Ricochet and Cesaro. They have a nice 82B to kick off the show and kick off the gauntlet strong. Ricochet defeats Cesaro in 12 minutes with a 6:30 senton. But after the match, the next opponent in the gauntlet comes out. It's Sheamus, Cesaro's tag team partner with the Bar. And the Bar, they take their turns to beat up Ricochet and lay him out with a brogue kick and just beat him up as Cesaro leaves to let Sheamus take on Ricochet in the second match of the gauntlet. Unfortunately for Sheamus, Ricochet catches him out of a brogue kick into a fast roll-up, scores the pinfall, and defeats Sheamus, advancing into the gauntlet, eliminating both members of the Bar. Two big wins for Ricochet, and he faces up against Robert Roode next. But the beatdowns from the Bar caught up to Ricochet. He's been through a hell of a lot so far, and Robert Roode defeats him with a glorious DDT, laying him out and eliminating the IC champion from this gauntlet match. Up next, Robert Roode against Buddy Murphy, another B. A lot of Bs in this gauntlet so far. And Buddy Murphy gets another win over the Glorious One after he beat him 2 weeks ago. And he may have even pinned him in that tag match on the first week. I'm pretty sure he pinned Mike Kanellis, though. Speaking of Mike Kanellis, he's the final man in the gauntlet match, but first we're going to cut away and just show a hype package for the Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler match for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam, because we need to get a lot of segments on the show because it's very match heavy. So we've just got a nice recap here between these two women, recapping their friendship in UFC to NXT to now. We then get to Mike Kanellis and Buddy Murphy in the gauntlet C+, the worst match of the whole thing. Buddy Murphy defeats Mike Kanellis over Murphy's Law as Murphy rides over momentum and wins the gauntlet match here tonight. Another hype segment, Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods. It wouldn't be an actual hype video, it'd be like they'd be backstage in their locker room chatting to each other, but with clips of like the story spliced in. Just a quick them recapping it in their own possible way, with splicing in clips of AOP attacking them and blah blah blah, leading to them saying at SummerSlam they'll end Akam and Razor's reign and become 6-time tag team champions because New Day rocks, New Day rocks. The opposite Fatal 4-Way to the one that we got on Raw. This time Ember Moon is victorious over Kairi Sane, Sasha Banks and Billie Kay, when Ember Moon actually pins Sasha with the Eclipse. So now every single team has either had a member score a pinfall or take one in these two Fatal 4-Ways. Much else to it. Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo are backstage again, following the women's Fatal 4-Way match, laughing about how their competition is not ready for them to come here, and that once they arrive in the SmackDown Women's Tag Division, the whole world will never be the same, and they'll remember the letters VXT. Kevin Owens is backstage when he's approached by R-Truth and Curtis Axel, and they announce that the three of them will face Lio Rush, Bobby Lashley, and Apollo Crews on the SummerSlam pre-show. And that Kevin Owens finally gets his chance to shut up Lio and Bobby and Apollo for good. But he can't do it alone. And then R-Truth would hand Kevin Owens a Snake Busters replica Proton pack to wear for SummerSlam. Owens would obviously take it And him being the fun-loving guy he is, he would humour the Snake Busters, put it on his back and say, let's get to work, let's get busting or something, and then our Truth and Curse would pop, and the three of them would leave together. So yeah, Owens, Truth and Axel against Lashley, Apollo and Leo Rush. Kickoff show for SummerSlam. Main event thrown together because I'm wanting to advance all these storylines and get some more heat. 6-man tag, Aleister Black, Finn Balor and Andrade defeat Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Black apparently pinned Drew McIntyre with a black mass. I would have had it be Randy Orton. No, probably Bryan actually. But I didn't want to specify Bryan because he'd probably bitch because he jobbed to Aleister Black enough in the last couple of months. So it says Drew, it's not Drew. That would be stupid to pin him. It's Daniel Bryan that gets pinned. And that's the end of a very, very quick SmackDown Live. 87B+. Showing Chris popularity in 44 regions. One more show to go before SummerSlam, and that is 205 Live. Let's jump straight into that then. Here we are for 205 Live, the last show before SummerSlam. We start in the Hurricane's office, because he's got a big announcement to make. He's in there with Paige and her 3 boys. And he says that this situation between the Lucha Dragons and Rey Mysterio and them has gone on for far too long. And that even though there is 2 championships at stake here, why not make one mega cruiserweight extravaganza? And at SummerSlam, Tyler Bate, Kenny Williams and Noam Dar will team up to take on Rey Mysterio and the Lucha Dragons. And the winning team, winner take all. So if Rey's team win, he becomes the Cruiserweight Champion. If Tyler Bate wins, he keeps the title and Kenny and Noam become the Tag Team Champions. In a Cruiserweight Extravaganza showcase on SummerSlam. Possibly on the kickoff, I'm not sure. I don't want it to be on the kickoff, but I need to save time, so it may end up being I'm sorry if it is. Tag team match, Gallagher and Webster get on the board as they defeat the Singh brothers. Jack Gallagher makes Sunil Singh submit. This segment, Aiden English and Evan Bourne, because the promo on Evan Bourne even, because the main event tonight is Aiden English versus Evan Bourne because they are the 2 people that are now on 2 points. So they're going to have a main event match tonight, meaning the winner will get 3 points and become the new number 1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship, which will be happening next week on 205 Live. They'll take on either Tyler Bate or Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight Championship. So Aiden's just hyping himself up about how he's going to beat Evan Bourne and become the next Cruiserweight Champion. And even if Rey Mysterio comes here to win it, his little underdog dream will end after just 2 days. Then get another random scoreboard match. Flip Gordon defeats Eric Young with a shooting star press because Eric Young is here to lose. So he's doing his job. Bless him. Gulak and Daivari cut a promo about how they are the only real tag team, the last authentic tag team here on 205 Live, where everyone else is just banded together by how many flips they can do. The only tag team on the actual show that actually is an actual tag team that can isolate your opponent and wear them down and compete in classic tag team wrestling is Gulak and Daivari. And once they get their names out there and they get top of the scoreboard and they take the Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships, it'll be a hell of a lot of worry for the entire Cruiserweight division. Main event, Evan Bourne and Aiden English have a 67 C+, which is a really good match for these 2. Evan Bourne defeats Aiden English with a shooting star press, making him the number 1 contender for the Cruiserweight title. And he'll face Tyler Bate or Rey Mysterio next week for the Cruiserweight Championship. We end the show, gets us a 65C, pretty respectable for 205 Live. Here's the scoreboard, I probably should bring it up. Evan Bourne 3 points, Garza got 1 point, Gordon's on 1 point, and then for the tag team board, got Dogs, Bollocks, Gulak and Daivari, Garza and Carrillo, and Gallagher and Webster all on 1 point. And that's the end. On the road to SummerSlam, we are officially away, and the next show will be the biggest party of the summer itself. and sort of, I don't want to say season finale because I don't think it's going to be that long before I start the next Raw after SummerSlam. But sort of, I guess, mid-season finale, I'll say, because the goals are all going to be reset, and, well, not all, but a lot of them. And, yeah, just things are going to be a bit different after SummerSlam, so I guess Challenge Run, as it is right now, dies tomorrow. See you then. Dog is barking.